Hello everybody, I hope you're well. Welcome to Shafman TV, and today we're going to look at Warren Buffett's big secret. Now his big secret is the following. It's the way he thinks. And he thinks like a bookmakers. Yeah, that's correct. Warren Buffett thinks exactly the same way as a bookmakers. Okay, now this was confirmed by Alice Schroeder that wrote the book Snowball, which is the biography about Buffett's life. And she confirms that when he was around 15, 16 years of age, he would go to the racetrack and he would study the racing form and he would place bets. And that thinking has stayed with him all the way through his investment life till now. He's one of the richest people in the world. Now, what do I mean by he thinks like a bookies? Specifically, Buffett places odds upon certain events happening, and he will not go ahead with a deal or with a purchase of shares or a business or whatever if the odds are not in his favor. He will only engage in transactions where the odds are in his favor. So technically speaking, with his partner Charlie Munger, he operates like a bookmakers or like an insurance analyst. Miss Schroeder, who wrote the book about Buffett's life, had access to him for about 3,000 hours, I believe. And she told a very interesting anecdote about one of the first times that she actually went to his office, and she had access to his files and all these other things. And one of the first times she went to his office, he offered to play a dice game with her. And he said to her, listen, you go first, study the numbers on the dice, roll the dice, and then we'll play the game. And he kept insisting, you go first, you go first. So she, obviously with her insurance analyst hat on, thought, why does Mr. Buffett keep insisting that I go first? So she finally figured out and twigged that statistically, in this game, which was something like it involved non-transitory numbers, the person that went first had a statistically greater chance of losing than the person that went second. So she refused to go first. Buffett laughed and said, you, Bill Gates, and only one other person has figured out that the reason why I'm insisting that you go first, because the person that goes first is has a higher chance of losing than the person that goes second. So this little story is very indicative of how Mr. Buffett thinks and how he talks about things like his circle of competence. Now, he doesn't do things that he doesn't know anything about because the odds are not in his favor. He wants to be able to work like a bookies or work like an insurance analyst and say, for example, what are the chances of the earnings of Company X rising in the next 5 years? He'll place some odds upon that. What are the chances of Company Y having to spend buckets of money on capital expenditure? Okay, so he places odds upon things happening, and he weighs up whether those odds are in his favor. And when those odds are in his favor, that's when Buffett acts and goes large and doesn't diversify. He concentrates his money on big ideas like Coca-Cola. He bought $1 billion worth of shares in Coca-Cola when that was potentially was around 40-50% of his net worth, because when the odds are in his favor, he goes for it. So I think that we should all think about, when we make decisions, are the odds in our favor? Do we know the risk? Do we know the rewards? So hope that's insightful. Please subscribe to my channel, Shafman TV. It's the weekend here, and I'm looking forward to the weekend. So if you're watching this video on a Friday night, have a fantastic weekend. If not, have an amazing day. And thanks for watching. Take care. Take care. Thank you. Thank you.